make that a little bit bigger. Seated dancing lion. Do this in both directions. Continue the breath. Trying to make that connection between the breath and the body moving takes us into the moment, into mindfulness. When you're ready to seated cat-cow, sit up really, really tall. See how long you can grow your spine, and then exhale, round and curl forward. Again, seated, and then exhale, pull away. Again with the breath and the movement connecting. Inhale, reach the arms up and take a twist to the right. Sit up really tall, use the back hand as a second spine as you twist and turn. And then reach both hands up again. Look up, fill up with beautiful prana, life force energy, twist to the left, and press the back hand up like a second spine. And back to the center again. This time drop in with maybe a little baby back bend. Hands behind your head or any variation that you like. And then hands come to the mat, tabletop, hands and knees, all fours. Inhaling and exhaling, cat-cow. So tuck your toes, inhale, look up, let the belly drop and the tail reach, and then exhale, round and curl, spine to sky. Do that a few more times at your pace, inhaling and exhaling, cat-cow. Perhaps turn the hands around, dial the hands back, stretch out the wrists a little bit, or even flip them over. And then let's start to bring some organic movement in here. So maybe you want to drop into the hip flexors and maybe lift your feet. Or perhaps you like to take dancing lion, really moving the spine around in all the directions. So yogi's choice here just for a few breaths. And I do want you to really acknowledge the breath here. Notice it. Make it deliberate. If thoughts begin to arrive into your mind's eye, gently press them away. Just come back to the breath. We'll lift our hips toward the sky, bend the knees, turbo dog. Melt the chest back to the thighs and begin to walk the dog out by straightening opposite legs, pressing through the heels. Shaking the head yes, and shaking the head no, just a little bit. Look towards the top of your mat and journey to the top, either walk or step or jump. Bring the feet up to the top in between the hands, hands to shins, thighs, or earth. Lengthen out the spine, press the hips back. And exhale, forward fold, let it all go. Heel toe the feet, 2 fists apart. Hang heavy like a rag doll, hand to elbow, hang. Bend the knees here and then sway just a little bit. You rise slowly up to standing with a back bend of your choice. And then feet together, mountain pose, hands down to your sides or at heart center. Sun salutation A. We salute the sun as it's a constant in our life. It always rises, always sets. Those sunrises and sunsets do not look the same on a daily basis, but we can count on them. So if there's nothing else that you know that for sure. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, fold forward to the earth. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Hands touch the mat, walk back, jump back or float back. Hands down, either take the knees to tap or lower down in the plank position, either all the way to your belly or hover. Upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. We'll take 5 big, slow, long breaths here. Maybe even verbal exhales. And breathe. Beautiful. Journey towards the top of your mat. Offer your heart out with an inhale. Fold with an exhale. And rise to stand. And bring the hands back into heart center. Sit on star A again. Inhale, reach. Unfold. And lengthen. Vinyasa. Five breaths to slow the pace. Yogis, if you want to dial the intensity up, you can come forward for push-ups or vinyasas. This is a slow flow stretch today, but that doesn't mean you can't add what you need to add into it. Or maybe that's just what you need. Look to your hands, walk, step, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, and offer. Exhale and fold. And inhale, rise again. And hands to heart center. Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. Feet together, knees together, one big leg. Sit back as if you're becoming a chair. Inhale, reach the arms out. Chair pose. Exhale, fold and melt. Inhale, lengthen and offer. And then vinyasa, your way. Remember, you can skip it and just press back to downward facing dog, or you can take extra or not. We meet in downward facing dog. Right leg reaches for the sky and find some space here, whatever that looks like, whether it's open and closing the leg or making hip circles, elevating up on the left toe. Perhaps you flip your dog and find a back bend if you're feeling like you want to do that. The rest of us will bring the knee into the nose, the shoulders over wrists, foot in between the hands. If it doesn't make it, help it get there. And then pounce like you're ready to pounce here in this low lunge. Look back underneath you, spin the back heel to tap, and then rise up, root down into the feet to rise up, warrior one. Taking a few breaths here, shoulders and hips square, breathe. Reach forward, hover, tap the earth, step back to plank. Take vinyasa or press back, downward facing dog. The left leg raises up towards the sky and find space in that movement and movement in the space. The knee comes into the nose, steps through in between your hands, like you're ready to pounce, organize the low lunge. Look down, spin the back heel to tap, root into your feet to rise up. Warrior one on the left side. Release both hands to tap, send it back to plank. Down dog, child's pose, or vinyasa. Five strong, slow breaths. or maybe you level up with some push-ups, or maybe you settle down into child's pose. Remember, this is your practice, your choice. Listening to the body. Saturdays are an interesting day to practice because it's the end of a week. And it's a day that maybe the schedule is a little bit different. I like to think of the weekends as my time to recharge, to take care of myself. And so not allowing thoughts and emotions to rule my headspace, and just move the body with the breath. Walk, step, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Offer your heart on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. And then sit back. Inhale. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Stand tall. Mountain pose. The left knee comes up. We turn this into tree, standing on the right leg. Hold on if you need to. Take any variation of tree pose that you like, but keep letting the hips open here. Finding space and strength. Balance and flexibility. Bring the knee back into the chest and step the foot back. Nice and slow, tap it down, crescent lunge, high lunge. Hands back to heart center, lean forward, tip forward, lift the back leg up, warrior three. The knee comes back to the chest where we began. And then step down. Inhale up. And exhale, fold forward. Lengthen, inhale. Walk, step, jump, or float to plank. Either press back to down dog or take the vinyasa yogi's way. Meet me at the top of your mat. Inhale, off the heart. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise again. And hands to heart center. Right knee to chest. Tree pose. Standing on the left foot. Now you can just keep this right foot toe tapped under the knee, above the knee, in the inner thigh, half lotus, or any other variation that you take. Knee back to chest. Send it back, toe taps, crescent lunge, high lunge. Sinking into that front knee lunge and then floating the back leg up, warrior three. Notice the breath, the focus. Knee slides back towards the chest. And we step down, inhale up again. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Walk, step, jump, or float to plank. Lower down. Upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Right leg reaches for the sky. We find some opening and some playfulness. And then knee into nose, foot in between hands, low lunge with a twist. Left hand down, right hand up. And maybe open to the outside edges of your feet. Maybe move the arm around, finding some circles. Shoulder joint opens. Wide stance fold, we turn a little bit towards the back of our mat. Open the chest and the heart. And then exhale, fold down. Options here are to move the body, legs alternate stretching, or maybe a headstand, or forearm stand, or maybe you walk it out for a hammock pose, or you take some plank push-ups. So again, really make this yours. We root down to rise up again with a back bend, wide legs. So maybe it's just a little tiny supported, or maybe it's bigger. We take the right toes and pivot them forward, bending into the right knee, arms open wide, warrior two, look over your front hand. Pump warrior one time, feeling the difference between the ease of the pose and the effort and the strength of the warrior two. The hips are open, the front knee is tracking over the pinky toe or the second toe, the knees over the ankle. Side angle pose. See if you can hover here without holding on or dropping the elbow to the knee. And really feel the body hold itself up. Exalted warrior, slide through warrior two. Keep the knee bent and reach up. Open up the heart. Coming back to warrior two one more time. And then cartwheeling the hands down inside the right leg for lizard lunge. Walk the right foot out to the edge of your mat and maybe take the back knee down. Maybe take the elbows down. Option here for arm balance, option for quad stretch, option to take a different pose here if this doesn't feel good for you for any reason. And then hands come down, we send that right leg right back up where we started, three-legged dog, open hip on hip. Beautiful. Release both feet down, downward face. Take a few breaths here or take child's pose before we come through vinyasa. Top of our mat, offering our hearts. Exhale, and then rise up again, standing with a back bend of your choice. and mountain pose. Inhale to the sky, reach. And exhale, fold to the earth, mount. Awfully lengthen. And walk back to plank pose. Lower down slow and controlled, or skip it and go right to downward facing dog. The left leg reaches for the sky and we find space and movement. Knee to nose, foot comes inside the hands, and the right hand stays down, left hand reaches for the twist. Roll to the outside edges and find space in the arm and the shoulder. Heart spins towards the sky with the breath. Both hands come down for wide stance fold. Inhale, lengthen. Switching it up just a little bit here. Right hand stays down, left hand comes to hip for a twist and then to the sky. Opening the chest and the heart here, really feeling the twist come from the torso. This hand in the sky wraps underneath and through, catches the right leg. Right arm moves out so you can find space for your head and really wrap underneath here and find some movement in this twist. Maybe even bend into this front knee. Pull open even further. Instead of unwinding, just simply release the left hand down. Inhale, lengthen. And move the left hand to center and switch sides. Right hand to roll back, open. And then thread it underneath and through the left hand towards the left leg, finding space. And once again, twisting. Maybe bending into that back knee and finding more opening. Beautiful. Great. Hands release. Walk your hands through your legs behind you. As far as you can, bend your knees here. You're going to feel intense stretching through the back body. And breathe. Slide hands back to neutral, rise halfway, feel the legs, come all the way up, and turn the left toes forward, bend into the left knee, warrior two, arms come out. Big wide stance here, and now pumping warrior one time, reach up, and back down again. Side angle pose. Try to hover. If it's too much, the elbow can tap. Exalted warrior, stay low in the leg and reach up and back behind you, opening hips and opening up through the intercostal muscles, really finding space, reaching high and sinking down. Really nice. It's beautiful. Come back through warrior two. Cartwheel the hands inside the left leg. Lower down for lizard lunge by walking the left foot out to the left. Sink down nice and deep into that space. And take whatever you took on side one, or at least attempt it. Left leg reaches back up to the sky, three-legged dog. Downward facing dog, 4 paws on the floor. And walk your hands back to your feet, back of your mat. And slowly rise up with a back bend of your choice. And feet together, hands to heart center. Right knee comes to the chest. Arms come out to a T. Turn to the right. This left hand, make the L, reaches for the right leg and pulls up. We look over the back hand. Hold on here if you'd like. Leveling up a little bit if you want to. You can reach for the outside edge of the foot and straighten it out. That's optional. So you could be here in this twist. Chest opens back to center. Kick the foot out. Breathe. Slowly lower down. Mountain pose. So even though that didn't maybe look like a lot, if you did it, you felt it. It was a lot. So just because we're moving slow doesn't mean we're giving up our power. In the practice. Left knee comes to chest. Arms come out to a T. And we turn towards the left. Look over the back hand. Catch the outside edge. Hold on if you need to. Option to reach the leg out. And breathe. Center with the chest, lift the leg out, feel that quad really engage, and then release it down, mountain pose, hands to heart center. Preparing for dancer pose, if you need more space, step up one step to the middle of your mat. The left hand reaches for the sky, the right hand reaches down below, and we catch the foot. And if that's too much to catch the foot, energetically catch it. We want knee to knee here. This is a quad stretch. If that's too much for your knee, then just energetically reach for it. If you'd like to try something a little different, start to lean forward and kick your leg up behind you, reaching out, dancer pose, tuck the knee in, and the hips square, and breathe. We find mountain pose when we're finished with the side, and we wait with the breath. Hands on your hips, widen them apart a little bit. Take some hip circles here. And then windshield wiper your arms, tapping the kidneys, just letting out tension from our body. Getting a little playful. And allowing the body to come to stillness in its own time. So if you feel like this feels good, you want to do a few more, do a few more. And if you want to maybe sway the body a little more, do that. And you'll come to standing when you're ready. The right hand reaches for the sky, left hand catches the left foot. Knee to knee quad stretch. This may be enough. May feel wonderful right here. Or have the option to lean forward and kick the back leg up for dancer pose. If you come out and you want to come back into it, remember yogis, take your time, use your breath. Practice and always come. We'll release both feet down when you're ready, mountain pose again. Inhale, reach to the sky. with another little back bend, supported or not. And then a forward fold. And lengthen out. Hands tap the earth, step back to plank. One last strength move. Right hand moves to center. Either tap the right knee down or don't. Side plank. Yogi's choice. Find strength or find flexibility or both. Release the hand to touch. Tap back to plank or down dog. Option to take a vinyasa between sides. And if not, just meet me in left side plank. Remember, there's always an option to take the knee to tap. And we meet back in plank to downward facing dog. Coming through to seated, either walk, step, jump, or float your feet through to seated. Forward fold, feet are out, hands are up, and then we reach towards me. Reach towards me, curl your toes up, keep reaching and bringing the chest closer to the thighs. When you're ready, the forward fold happens into the seated forward fold, the deepest one we can be in, Paschimottanasana. Countering this pose with reverse plank or reverse tabletop, the fingers face forward but the hands come behind you. Either press up the hips with straight legs or bend the knees for tabletop reverse. The head can fall back or not, that's your choice. There's the beautiful shoulder opener here. And then we gently release the bottom, taking the right foot over the left knee in a figure four. If this hurts in any way, just cross the legs as shallow as you need to, but if you can, get them open. Hands come behind you, bring the foot closer and bring the chest closer. So this is a pigeon pose. If you prefer, you can lay on your back and do reclining pigeon, or you can do this traditional pigeon, which is the foot on the front of your mat. So yogi's choice here on the pigeon pose. 3 options I gave you. I'm going to lay down on my back and get a little bit deeper of an opening in the hip when I do that. Drawing it closer, chest to thigh. Breathe. Let's all find ourselves on our back with that right leg bent, just like I am in the reclining pigeon. For some crunches, straight up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands reach beyond the knee like you're holding a ball, and you're coming straight up towards the knee, chin off the chest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and release down. Sorry about the noise. We're going to switch sides. If you're on your back, you just put your foot down and switch sides. If you're seated, you come up to seated with that pigeon leg. And if you're sleeping pigeon, the traditional one, then you're going to lay down on your belly. So yogi's choice here for the left side. Find lots of opening here in the hip. And notice where the breath is, yogis, and continue to come back to that breath, noticing the thoughts and just bringing it back to the center. Continuing to breathe. drawing everything closer together, feeling it opening it. We all meet releasing the leg for 10 crunches straight up. 1, 2, 3. And then both hands reach beyond the knee like you're holding a ball, and we reach up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And make little circles on the sky. Little circles in both directions on the sky. Option here for happy baby, feet and hands pull down, or straddle, feet are straight, legs are straight, or maybe you touch the toes together in butterfly. And so we just stay here for a moment, maybe rocking back and forth on the sacrum, just to release that space. Finishing postures of your choice, back bends, or any other variations of any postures that you might be wanting to take. I'm going to take just a nice easy bridge here. You can take 1 or 2 back bends or anything else that feels right for you. And yogis, continue to finish your practice in the way that makes sense in your body. Finally, we'll end up in our Shavasana, our final posture, either seated or on your back or on your side. And once again, that's your choice also. We want to come back to the breath, but a natural rhythm of the breath. So we find the natural rhythm of the breath, allowing it to just flow freely through your body. If you're laying down, allow your body to surrender to the earth. And if you're seated, sit up tall, allowing the breath to move freely through your body. Perhaps in this moment, practicing gratitude. Or just allowing yourself to be. Continue to breathe and relax. I'm going to read today's reading for you. And it says, honor your connection to your body. Our bodies are matter, the physical form we have assumed. They are infused with our energy and our soul. There is a deep connection between our emotions and our aches and pains and sometimes illnesses. If we don't feel the feelings and listen to our bodies, listen to ourselves, sometimes our bodies will show us with pain or sickness. And if it isn't discharged, that energy, the body will absorb it and feel it like pain. And so, yogis, I invite you to notice the connection between the changes in your life and the changes in your body, and the way the earth also marks changes through seasons and cycles. Our body is part of us. It is us. It holds the scars of our life to date, the stories of our life so far, and it contains the wisdom and the energy of what we need today and tomorrow. So, yogis, I invite you to honor the connection to your own body, to honor the value of your body's wisdom, because it can tell you so many things about your life and your growth and your past and your path. Learn to listen to your body, and it will speak openly and lovingly to you. And yogis, let's take a few breaths together here, feeling the oneness of our yoga community, feeling the connection to not only ourselves and each other, but the greater world around us. Breathe into that space of connection, that feeling of love and peace. When you're ready to find your way to seated, come up to seated at your pace. Until our paths cross again, yogis, I wish you peace, love, and light.